Student, this is Elements of Physical Metallurgy Laboratory 18MT 305 Instruments Demo. In this metallographic laboratory, we have sample preparation and mounting, study of metallurgical microscope, and rest of the experiments like metallurgical microstructure of different types of cast iron in etched condition, microstructure of different types of cast iron in etched condition, microstructure of pure iron plain carbon steels, overheated structure and band structure in steel, ASTM grain size determination, microstructure of tool steel, stainless steels, microstructure of cast and wrought aluminum alloys, microstructure of copper alloys, sulfur printing and phosphorus printing and inclusion rating. And these are all the specimens where we are going to see the microstructures. Rest of the 3rd to 12 experiments, we have to see the microstructure and we have to infer. For that microstructure preparation, we need a sample preparation and mounting techniques. And we have to view the microstructure. We need a metallurgical microscope. So now we will see in this demo. We'll see what are the what are the instruments available in our lab for specimen preparation and mounting, and what are the metallurgical microscope available to view the microstructure. And we know that then the rest of the microstructures and we can simply see in this metallurgical microscope, and we can identify the metallurgical microscope. Now we'll see the specimen preparation and metallurgical microscopes. And these are all the object course outcomes of this lab, elements of physical metallurgy lab, that is observe and explain the metallurgical microscope, operate on the process of sample preparation and mounting. And third course outcome is view and analyze the microstructure of various samples. And fourth one is conduct the process of sulfur printing and phosphorus printing. And fifth one is observe the unconventional structure in steel and determine the ASTM grain size. And we have we have samples and example how the samples will look. We have to what all the samples are. We have seal samples and cast iron samples here. So if we have this kind of cylindrical sample or irregular sample, whatever be the sample, there's to keep the sample in the metallurgical microscope, the surface should be flat. So flat surface is needed for this sample preparation. So this surface is a corroded sample. This is a irregular sample. This surface like this we cannot keep on the metallurgical microscope. So as we see in the theory of that metallurgical microscope, the light rays has to be reflected from the surface. So it has to be prepared. That the light rays has to be prepared. Reflected from that flat surface. So we have to prepare the sample. For that we need a sample preparation. For that first we need a grinding of that surface. For that, this is a grinding machine. Initial scratches are produced in this other any of the corroded surface, and the corrosion products will be removed in this rough surface, rough grinding. We have to keep the sample in the in the grinding wheel. And after preparing from the grinding machine, we have to keep the sample. We have to for further preparation, we have to keep the sample on the bell grinding machine. Those scratches produced by on the grinding machine will be removed using bell grinder. And this is another type of bell grinding machine. And this is a mold making machines, like samples, solid samples will be prepared directly. We can keep the directly we can prepare from grinding machine or bell grinder, bell grinder, like that. But if the small specimen is very small, 1 mm or 2 mm specimen has to be mold have to prepare. For that this molding machine is useful. This is a molding machine. and this is a molded sample. So this is a very thin sample. So we used molding technique to mold the samples to hold the sample. These irregular samples cannot be held just like that. So we kept on the mold, and further we can. It's easy for us to prepare sample. And the first step, sample preparation, the first step is emery sheet from the bell grinder. After that, we have to polish that scratches are removed from the in this emery sheets. This is a there's several grades of emery sheets, like for 200 emery grade. This is 200 emery grade. This is 400. This is 600. This is 800 emery sheet. This coarse particles are coarse alumina or silicon carbide particles. This is alumina particles are kept on the are embedded on this sheet. So if we polish, we scratch on the specimen, keep the specimen, rub if we rub on this emery sheet, the scratches, what scratches are made on the bell grinder will be removed. Accordingly, you have to keep like 90° to that scratches made by bell grinder. You have to create new scratches which are created by this from this emery sheet, and this new scratches will be removed through 400 emery sheet, and then that scratches will be removed by 800 600 emery sheet. That scratches 600 emery grade scratches will be removed by 800 mhs. If the scratches are thoroughly removed, and 800 scratch will be further removed using cloth polishing. This behind the sheet we can see this number. This will be useful for you to identify the sheets. And we can use the polishing machines also there. Manually means we have to keep the emery sheet on the glass plate and polish, because the surface should be clear flat, so that we have to keep the sample on the glass surface, and we have to keep on rub the sample on the sample on the emery sheet to prepare the sample. Or we can run the machine and we can keep the sample. This is for 800, and this is one more side is there. This is 200, this is for 400, and this is for 600 and 800. For various grades we can use several machines, polishing machines, and we can prepare the sample. And then finally the prepared sample cloth emery polished samples are cloth polished to remove to get glass finished surface, mirror finished surface. This velvet cloth is used, and this is kept on the cloth polishing machine. Using alumina as a lubricant, we can polish that fine scratches are removed. 800 emery sheet, we will get very fine scratches. Those scratches are removed in the cloth polishing. And after preparing the samples, we know that steel samples require 4% nitol. So that nitol, we have to etch the sample using nitol, and then we can use, you have to use dryer to dry the sample. Then only the dry surface will be kept on this is a metallurgical microscope. This is the metallurgical microscope. This is objective lens. This is a specimen. I have to keep the sample on this here. This is a objective lens, and this is a light source, and this is a eye lens. If we keep the sample and if we illuminate the light, and the light rays will be come through or reflected through objective lens, and it will form a first image, and then further finally that image will be a magnified image we can see here through this eye lens. And this is a inverted type metallurgical microscope, and where we have to keep the sample on the top of the microscope. We have to keep the sample. It very small and particular size can be used, where it can be size or yellow shade can be used here in the we can use this kind of metallurgical microscope. And here, this is object, this is eye lens, this is objective lens, this is light source, this is specimen stage. This is inverted type microscope. In this is a specimen stage, where near to the specimen, this is objective lens, and we have to see using, this is an eye lens, this is a light source. And this is the objective lens, and it is a 45x lens. So we can see this objective lens with a blue color band. This this one is 20x, I think so. So this is of red color band, objective lens, and this is a 10x with yellow color band. This 0.25 is a refractive index, how much angle it is creating. That is numerical aperture of that particular lens. Our 10x objective lens is mentioned here. Numerical aperture is also being mentioned here. And for adjusting here, we have coarse and fine adjusting. We have this knob where we can top and down movement of the stage to focus the correct, to get the correct image. This knob we have to adjust. And for fine adjustments, we can use this fine. One more knob is a bigger knob and smaller knob is there. Fine adjustments, we can use this knob. And here one more knob is there, that is left and right movement of the sample. So the particular space will be there. So slight movement can be done using this knob. Left and right movement can be done using this knob. These are all the some microstructure, cast iron microstructure chart is key in our lab. That is, you can see this unetched condition cast iron microstructure and etched condition microstructures here. And these are all white cast iron microstructures given in the chart. And these are all ASTM grain size and grains flake types and flake types of cast iron microstructures in this chart. Using this, we can exactly we can identify what size of the flake type or what size of flakes and what is the size of the grain size or type of flake using this chart. And iron carbon diagram, we know that even this also be in our lab. So this is eutectic reaction of that, eutectoid reaction of that iron carbon diagram. And now if we know the sample preparation, the emery sheets and mold emery sheets and grinding machine, bell grinder and emery sheets, and finally cloth polishing and metallurgical microscope are the instruments needed for this metallography lab. If we know this, if you, all this any samples, aluminum samples or tool steel samples or stainless steel sample, copper samples, any samples can be prepared through these specimen techniques. Then finally, an etchant will vary for various samples. Aluminum for Keller's reagent, and stainless steel for nitol, 2% nitol, like that. Ways etching solutions may vary, but specimen preparation technique is same for all the samples. So using these samples, we can prepare the sample and we can see the any samples microstructure using this metallurgical microscope. Thank you.